Baker Mayfield's career has been a riveting roller coaster ride, filled with jaw-dropping victories and heart-wrenching setbacks. From being the first overall pick in the NFL draft to battling against the odds in different franchises, his story is one of resilience and determination. So, how did this once celebrated prospect become a player shrouded in controversy and doubt? Let's dive into the fascinating highs and lows that have defined Baker Mayfield's journey in the NFL. In April 2018, the NFL Draft set the stage for one of the most anticipated moments in football history. The Cleveland Browns, a franchise with a storied past yet plagued by decades of disappointment, were on the clock with the first overall pick. The weight of their choice hung heavy, as fans had long been yearning for a franchise quarterback to lift them from mediocrity. Amid a sea of prospects, Baker Mayfield stood out, not just for his impressive stats, but for his fiery attitude and leadership qualities showcased during his time at Oklahoma. On draft night, with the football world watching, the Browns made their decision. They chose Mayfield, a move that sent shockwaves through the league. It wasn't just about talent, it was about hope. Baker's flamboyant style and confident demeanor struck a chord with fans, leading to an immediate connection that felt almost electric. He was more than just a player. He was a symbol of renewal for a franchise long synonymous with heartbreak. But with expectation came pressure. Would Mayfield be able to live up to the hype? Were the Browns ready to embrace a new era with him at the helm? These questions lingered as the cameras flashed and the cheers erupted. That moment wasn't merely an entrance into the NFL for Baker. It heralded a shift in Cleveland's football narrative, setting the stage for a roller coaster journey ahead. And little did anyone know, the path wouldn't be entirely smooth. As Baker's professional career began to unfurl, it would soon reveal both the triumphs and tribulations that come with the territory of being an elite quarterback. Certainly, here's a focused section titled Rookie Stardom, showcasing Baker Mayfield's dynamic introduction to the NFL. Baker Mayfield's entrance to the NFL was nothing short of explosive. His debut game for the Cleveland Browns marked a pivotal moment in both his career and the franchise's long history of struggles. Coming off the bench in Week 3 against the New York Jets, he stepped up when the team was down 14 points. What happened next? In a whirlwind performance, Mayfield ignited the crowd with touchdown passes that sent shockwaves through the stadium. He finished that game with a remarkable 201 yards, leading the Browns to their first victory in 635 days. Fans quickly rallied behind Mayfield, his passionate demeanor and on-field charisma reminding many of the legendary quarterbacks of the past. He set a rookie record for most touchdown passes in a single season, solidifying his reputation as a serious contender. From that moment on, every throw reverberated through the league, turning skeptics into believers. His confidence was contagious, and the reviving spirit of the dog pound was palpable. But Baker's impact went beyond just numbers. His sharp wit and emotional connection with fans made each Sunday an event. The Browns went from the laughingstock of the NFL to a competitive force. As the regular season progressed, his media presence grew. Who could forget those memorable post-game interviews where his sarcastic, yet charming replies captivated the nation? But just as quickly as he rose to fame, the pressures of professional football started to mount. As teams began to figure him out, the weight of expectations grew heavier. Yet, one thing was clear. Baker Mayfield was not just a rookie. He was a spark, bringing fresh hope to a franchise that had been starved for success. And while that initial burst of stardom set the stage, the journey ahead would offer its fair share of challenges. Little did we know, the next twist in his saga would further test his resolve in the cutthroat world of NFL football. This section aims to capture the excitement of his rookie year, highlighting significant moments and the emotional connection he fostered with fans. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to explore. After leading the Cleveland Browns to their first playoff victory in decades, Baker Mayfield seemed poised to solidify his position as the franchise's savior. The excitement in Cleveland was palpable. Fans believed they had finally found their quarterback. But as we know, success in the NFL can be fleeting. In a league that thrives on competition and scrutiny, the aftermath of that triumph saw unforeseen tensions brewing behind the scenes. Rumors began to swirl about disagreements between Mayfield and the Browns' front office. As the season progressed, questions arose about play calling and the alignment of their goals. The buzz became a murmur, quickly escalating into a full-blown controversy when whispers of team discord emerged. Reports indicated that Mayfield's confidence wavered as vocal leadership from the coaching staff prompted doubts about his future in Cleveland. Suddenly, the hope that washed over the city turned into uncertainty. What was initially a promising partnership was now marred by mixed messages. While Baker continued to press on, headlines began to remind everyone how fragile NFL success can be. Performance inconsistencies piled up, and the weight of expectations started to feel overwhelming. As losses mounted, the pressure became a relentless storm, exposing the vulnerability of a player who had once captivated fans. The fallout was swift. It wasn't just a rough patch in a season. It became a glaring signal that something had to change. The Browns, in search of stability, sought alternatives that distanced themselves from previous ambitions. In this volatile climate, the inevitable question arose: could Baker rise above this turmoil, or would it forever define his legacy? And what happened next would shock everyone. As Baker Mayfield transitioned to the Carolina Panthers, expectations were high, but the reality proved to be a difficult pill to swallow. Arriving with the hope of revitalizing his career, Baker faced instant challenges that tested his resolve. From the moment he stepped into training camp, it was clear that competition was fierce. Mayfield found himself in a battle for the starting position against Sam Darnold, who was initially favored by the coaching staff after an already established tenure in Charlotte. In the regular season, the struggles only deepened. Predictability plagued the Panthers' offense, and Baker grappled with inconsistencies in his performance. Fans who once cheered his arrival grew frustrated as interceptions and missed targets piled up week after week. It became painfully clear that the system didn't seem to sync with his playing style, which left him scrambling to find a rhythm. The pressure mounted further when the Panthers stumbled to a disappointing start. Public opinion shifted, and whispers of discontent began to circulate within the locker room. Baker found himself under a microscope as criticisms from coaches and analysts alike echoed across social media, leaving him to face not only his internal struggles, but external doubts as well. But his time in Carolina wasn't solely defined by adversity. Amid the chaos, flashes of brilliance still emerged. There were moments where his competitive spirit shone through, moments that made fans remember why he was once a top draft pick. One remarkable game showcased his ability to lead, where he orchestrated a thrilling comeback, giving a brief glimpse of the player many had hoped he would become. Yet, as the season wore on and injuries plagued the team, Baker's path to redemption seemed increasingly out of reach. Eventually, the decision was made. It was time for a fresh start. With his exit from Carolina, Baker had to reflect on what went wrong and prepare for the next step in a career that hangs in a delicate balance. But the lessons learned during his struggle with the Panthers would prove invaluable as he sought to redefine his future. After a tumultuous stint with the Carolina Panthers, Baker Mayfield found himself in a dire situation, seeking not just a fresh start, but a chance to prove he still had what it takes to be a top performer in the league. Enter the Los Angeles Rams. Claimed off waivers, Mayfield stepped into a quarterback room led by the enigmatic Sean McVay, a coach known for rejuvenating struggling players. But could Baker rise to the occasion? In just a few short days, Mayfield was thrown into the fire, facing the Las Vegas Raiders on a Thursday night. Not exactly an easy scenario. With only 2 days of practice under his belt, he entered the game with the odds stacked against him. But what happened next would astound everyone. Mayfield engineered a dramatic, game-winning drive that spanned 98 yards, culminating in a touchdown. The confidence and poise he displayed, especially in critical moments, was reminiscent of his rookie days, a glimmer of the quarterback the NFL once celebrated. Fans and analysts alike were left buzzing. This wasn't just a flash in the pan. It was a reminder of Mayfield's undeniable talent and determination. He showcased his ability to lead the team when it mattered most, sparking discussions about his potential renaissance. The joy and relief on the Rams' sideline said it all. Baker was back, and he wasn't done fighting for his place in the league. This unexpected resurgence raised eyebrows, injecting hope into a career that had started to feel defined by struggle. As eyes turned to Los Angeles, even skeptics had to admit, Mayfield still had the flame, and the journey wasn't over yet. What's next for Baker? Only time will tell if this spark was the start of a full-blown revival or fleeting brilliance. Regardless, one thing is clear. The world has not seen the last of Baker Mayfield. After a tumultuous journey through the ups and downs of his NFL career, Baker Mayfield found himself at a significant crossroads when he signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For Mayfield, this wasn't just another new team. It was an opportunity to redefine himself and silence the doubters. The 2023 season kicked off with a palpable buzz throughout the franchise and its fan base. Mayfield stepped into the vibrant culture of Tampa, a city buzzing with expectations. With the shadow of Tom Brady's iconic legacy looming large, he was handed the keys to a team built for success. The question loomed: could he rise to the occasion and reclaim his spot among the league's elite quarterbacks? The pressure was immense, but for someone who's faced criticism throughout his career, this felt like a chance to shine. During training camp, it became evident that Mayfield was not just going through the motions. His sharp throws and charismatic leadership on the field quickly won over teammates and coaches alike. The Buccaneers embraced his fiery spirit, and in return, he connected with established stars like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, forming a potent offensive alliance. Fans could sense the spark, and hopes began to swell. The regular season began, and with each game, Mayfield showcased glimpses of his former brilliance. He made critical throws, orchestrated impressive comebacks, and exuded confidence. The budding chemistry with his receivers brought an electricity back to the Bucs offense, reminiscent of days when they dominated the league. Each touchdown ignited the crowd and amplified the excitement surrounding the team. But the real test would come as the season progressed. Mayfield, now a focal point of the offense, faced adversity, including tough matchups and nail-biting games. Some doubters resurfaced, questioning whether he could carry this momentum through a grueling season. However, instead of folding under pressure, he rose to the occasion, continuously finding ways to improve and inspire those around him. Buccaneers fans were treated to an exhilarating spectacle as Mayfield displayed his grit, proving that he had learned from past setbacks. The resurrection of his career was no longer merely a personal victory. It became a beacon of hope for fans and players alike. It was clear, Baker Mayfield was not just fighting for himself. He was fighting for the pride of the Bucs organization. As the season progresses and the stakes rise, Baker Mayfield's rebirth in Tampa Bay becomes one that not only embodies resilience, but also serves as a reminder that true legends are often born from adversity. The journey continues, and with each game, Mayfield moves closer to etching his name in the annals of NFL history once again. Baker Mayfield's career truly reflects a battle against the odds, filled with ups and downs that reveal his tenacity and skill as a quarterback. From his electrifying rise with the Browns to navigating the challenges in Carolina and ultimately seizing his opportunity with the Rams, Mayfield's journey is anything but ordinary. Now, as he embarks on a new chapter with the Buccaneers, he stands at a crossroads, challenging himself to not only reclaim respect, but to redefine his legacy in the NFL. This story serves as a reminder that success isn't just measured by past victories, but by the capacity to rise again after setbacks. With every game, Mayfield aims to prove that he's more than just a quarterback. He's a symbol of perseverance, ready to inspire others in their own journeys. What will the next chapter hold for him? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The world will be watching closely as Baker Mayfield writes his story.